What do you think of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? That fight just got announced. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
They're going to fight, huh?
Pacquiao's still a legend. He's one of my inspirations. I love the guy. I wish him nothing but the best, but you know, sometimes you got to hang it.
The news of Manny Pacquiao's comeback against Mario Barrios has become a prime target for Jake Paul's particular brand of commentary. He's lighting up social media with a combination of provocative jabs and audacious predictions. This matchup has given the influencer-turned-fighter the perfect platform to do what he does best: get under people's skin. He's taking aim at both the aging legend and the defending champion with his signature disruptive style.
I got my new trainer here, me and Manny Pacquiao. Jake Paul, I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming. Let's go.
From the sidelines, the YouTube star has been watching the boxing establishment grapple with Pacquiao's motivations for returning. He openly questions the logic behind a fighter stepping back into the pro ranks after 4 years away, especially at this point in his career.
Manny actually wanted to fight me behind the scenes, like a bunch of conversations trying to make it happen. I don't know. It didn't seem like very exciting.
In Jake Paul's assessment, Mario Barrios is caught in a no-win situation. He may be the reigning champion, but his entire reputation is now on the line against a ghost from boxing's past. Despite showing tremendous heart and ability in previous fights, he's now facing one of the most decorated opponents in history.
I would just hit him once and he just humble. Some guys still have it in their 40s and 50s. He just doesn't give that back.
Jake constantly reminds his audience that boxing is a business fueled by theatrics. He ridiculously exaggerates the promotional frenzy surrounding the fight, claiming New York City has more media personnel than boxing equipment. He scoffs at the press events where fighters alternate between showering each other with praise and trading insults. He finds it hilarious how every sports network is suddenly fixated on Pacquiao's legacy all over again. In his eyes, the whole affair looks like a pre-written play. He also attacks what he sees as a ridiculously inflated storyline. He highlights how every major network is framing Pacquiao as a foundational figure of the sport. He notes how fans are recycling knockout clips as if they're breaking news. Jake Paul is keenly aware that his own unorthodox entry into professional boxing was met with widespread disbelief. He now uses that experience to skewer the purists. He reminisces about how experts dismissed him when he first turned pro, only for them to now discuss him alongside the sport's veterans.
I think I fought the best, and they beat me. You know, like Mayweather and Pacquiao, you know, and like that. But
what seems to entertain him most is the explosion of debate online. He observes social media timelines jam-packed with GIFs showcasing Pacquiao's blinding speed and shares of Barrios' most devastating knockouts. He describes a digital battleground where every armchair expert has already crowned a victor. Never one to overlook the financial angle, Jake can't help but comment on the monetary side of the event. He envisions pay-per-view sales going through the roof and imagines promoters and sponsors cashing in as the hype builds.
To get destroyed by Manny Pacquiao like I did in 2 rounds, and then you know, I knew my career was over, no more boxing.
With his typical biting wit, he dismisses the notion of this being a must-see event, purely fueled by nostalgia. He claims that phrase is meaningless, as boxing's business model is practically built on selling memories. Jake is quick to remind everyone that Barrios is a legitimate champion, who clawed his way past formidable opponents to win the WBC title. He commends his opponent's agility and endurance, even while joking about the immense pressure of fighting an icon. He sees a deeper meaning in this matchup. It's a symbolic war between the old guard and the new generation. He uses his own career as a weapon to poke fun at boxing purists, joking that the sport is now being shaped by celebrities who became famous for viral videos. Jake also zooms in on the starkly different training camps. He conjures images of Pacquiao sharpening his skills in a remote tropical gym surrounded by chanting monks, only to be seen lifting heavy in a hyper-modern facility moments later.
August, I'm back, baby. Let's get it.
His commentary then pivots to ring mechanics. He breaks down Pacquiao's legendary left cross as if teaching a class of amateurs, openly wondering if that punch can still connect with its famous speed after a 4-year layoff. Jake never misses a chance to make fun of boxing's convoluted structure. He points out that the average fan has no clue how promotions, rankings, or sanctioning fees actually operate. He quips that understanding the sport's landscape of belts and organizations is more difficult than quantum physics. He also challenges the media narratives that present Pacquiao as an unstoppable force. He reminds his audience that a great track record doesn't guarantee future results. He compares the situation to a classic rock band getting back together after 20 years and expecting to have a #1 hit. Jake turns his attention to the fighters' training regimens. He jokes that Pacquiao's camp is probably using routines etched onto ancient scrolls, while Team Barrios is tracking every single heartbeat with advanced biometric sensors. He speculates on the psychology of a returning champion, pondering Pacquiao's true motivations. He wonders if Pacquiao feels an internal drive to prove he can still compete at the highest level, or if his ego is simply chasing one last roar from the crowd.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna run me.
Jake can't resist mocking the fight's iconic venue, the MGM Grand Garden Arena, comparing it to a coliseum for modern gladiators. He jokes that the intense lights will be so blinding, the fighters will start questioning their own reality. His focus then shifts to the fans. He lampoons the diehards who defend Pacquiao with religious fervor, imagining them with chest tattoos of his face, chanting his name like acolytes in a cult. He jokes that some will claim their lineage traces back to ancient warriors.
How are you? Hold on, Jake.
He mocks the war raging on social media, describing timelines overflowing with edited clips of Pacquiao's vintage knockouts, while Barrios' supporters retaliate with their own highlight reels. Jake loves to spin a good conspiracy theory. He suggests a clandestine plot by promoters to bring Pacquiao out of retirement solely for financial gain. He jokes that powerful figures orchestrated this entire event to create maximum chaos and profit. His narrative explores the theme of age in combat sports. He wonders if a younger Pacquiao could have moved like a phantom against Barrios, but now every blow might land with the weight of time.
Step in. Right here? This way.
Jake highlights the swirling rumors about their sparring sessions. He imagines Pacquiao holding secret training camps in underground bunkers, while Barrios prepares with a team of ex-Special Forces operatives. Jake also critiques the promotional hype machine. He says every big fight is packaged with the same soundtrack of aggressive hip-hop and dramatic rock anthems. He jokes that ESPN will inevitably use the same 5-second drum solo every time the legend versus challenger graphic flashes on screen. Jake turns his focus to the globe-trotting promotional tour. He paints a picture of fighters flying on private jets and attending bizarre, high-altitude training camps. He laughs at the awkward press events where each fighter has to project a perfect mix of confidence and humility.
Hey, Jay, real quick, center to get you a couple nice gloves.
He then shifts his focus to failed comebacks of the past. He recalls other boxing greats who attempted to return to glory only to be humbled. He alludes to a certain heavyweight who believed he could still float like a butterfly but ended up getting swatted. He examines the undercard bouts, teasing that these fights will be treated as nothing more than background noise before the main event. He jokes that viewers at home might just skip the preliminary fights to watch Netflix instead.
That's signed by both guys. Signed to you. Yeah, here for that.
Jake then moves on to the promotional graphics. He describes the over-the-top digital posters showing Pacquiao's silhouette against a dramatic, stormy sky, with Barrios posing with bulging muscles and a menacing stare. Finally, he turns to the tangled web of broadcasting rights. He wonders aloud why a single fight requires such a confusing array of licensing agreements. He jests that ESPN, DAZN, and a dozen other streaming services will all claim to have exclusive coverage. What do you think? Is Pacquiao making a huge mistake, or will he shock the world one more time? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more boxing analysis.